Fun Facts presents the Porsche 911 GT3 and Gt3 Rs from years 2004 through 2022. Let's get started now. Okay, a little history of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. It's coming to you via whichcar.com, and there'll be a link posted below this video. And so we've put together a lot of photos of the GT3 RS over the years, and please enjoy all of the photos. And a little bit of history that back in 2003 that the GT3 was being announced to be released in 2004. It would have a 3.6 liter flat six engine making peak power at 7,400 RPMs, and sounds like a dream to this day, but it even looks loud. The naturally aspirated rear driver weighing just 1,360 kilograms sounds like a quick beast even by today's standards, so you can imagine how it sounded in 2003 when it was announced. When we take a look and take a spin in 2004, we extracted a 4.38 second sprint to the 100 kilometer, which is astonishingly quick. Porsche claimed a 4.4 second run. It was also the quickest 911 around the Nürburgring at the time, with a respectable 7.53. This, of course, all came at a cost of about $288,000, which by no means aren't many people out and about buying these particular cars. The Porsche 997 911 GT3 RS came out in 2007. When the 997-1 generation 911 came along, so did the return of the GT3 RS eventually. A couple of years into the 997's reign, Porsche fiddled with the 3.6 liter Boxer 6, extracted 305 kilowatts, 405 Nm, and slapped the GT3 RS decal on the side. Okay, there are other changes too. A wider track from the standard 911 gave the RS more stability, and its rear wing and rear window were made of carbon and plastic respectively for weight saving. It also boasted Porsche's active stability management, a PASM, adaptive suspension, which is pretty self-explanatory. With the 997-1, 4.2 seconds was the magic 100 kilometer number, and a Nord's Cliff time now at just 7.42. Price sticker $299,900 would pick you up one of these when they were new. So next was the Porsche 997-2 911 GT3 RS 3.8 liter motor, released in 2010. Though it was still in the 997 generation, the 997-2 GT3 RS had a big advantage over its predecessor. Subtle differences in design gave the game away. Standing still but moving 331 kilowatt is hard to hide, and a 4.0 flat 100 kilometer would leave the old GT3 RS behind. Helping this happen was now a 3.8 liter Porsche Boxer goodness and an 8,500 RPM cutoff. Porsche put a lot of credit for the power increase up to an alteration of the intake. An improved air filter and intake manifold reportedly reduced resistance by 20%. It wasn't a cheap thing. The one we tested in May 2010 would set a punter back $358,290. Wow. So now the next release of the Porsche 9972 911 GT3 RS 4.0 was in 2012. A bigger engine, more power, and another even faster time around the ring, putting the incredible 4.0-liter Boxer into the GT3 RS is something Porsche has stuck by to this day, and it's clear why. The 997 4.0 was worth 360 kilowatt and only weighed 1,360 kilograms, just like the first GT RS. Unlike the first, however, the 0 to 100 kilometer had dipped into the 3 seconds with 3.9 seconds, and its lap around the Nürburgring in just 7.27 seconds. Racing suspension and even weight optimized carpet were the lengths Porsche went to ensure a few extra kilos didn't get in the way of performance excellence. Adding to the excellence was the ability to conjure around 35 Nm more in the tachometer's mid-range, though through a sport button on the dash, which essentially achieved this by reducing the exhaust back pressure. It was also the first time Porsche used front deflection fans on a production car, though this wasn't something that carried over into a recognizable form to the next generation. So the next release, Porsche 991 911 GT3 RS, was in 2016. For many, the 991 GT3 RS lost something special when it lost its manual gearbox, but still used the 4.0-liter engine and slightly altered the bore and stroke to the version that made the previous car so good. The GT3 RS also put on some kilos, about 60, to bring the weight up to 1420 kilograms. It was still 10 kilograms lighter than the GT3 on the same generation, but not as light as its ancestors. However, Porsche managed to tweak its dynamic ability enough to lower the Nürburgring lap time by more than 7 seconds, and from the 4.0's effort coming in at under 7:20. In the more immediate terms, the 991 GT3 RS can hit 100 kilometers in just 3.3 seconds, shaving more than a second off the time of the 996. It also hit 200 kilometers in just 10.9 seconds. We had one in 2016. We managed to trip the 100 kilometer in 3.7 seconds. Not bad given the car had very tired rear bags, and an 11.6 quarter mile at the 200 kilometer mile per hour. So Porsche released their next GT3 RS, the 9912 series, in 2018. Now with 383 kilowatts, still from the Boxer 6, the current GT3 RS claims 0 to 100 kilometers in 3.2 seconds to 200 kilometers in 10.6 seconds and a top speed of 312 kilometers. New to the 9912 are NACA ducts found on the bonnet, which feed fresh air into the front brakes. The removal of the ducts from the front bar allows the front diffuser to generate more downforce. Similarly, the downforce is adjustable at the front by the addition of removal of the blanking panel, which divert air over the car, while the rear wing can be adjusted up to 250 kilograms of downforce at top speed. The rear wheel steering, the PASM, and the torque vectoring diff have all been differently calibrated, while active engine mounts are still used after first being implemented generations ago. There's a downside, and that's the price. $416,500 is out of reach for most of us. So we'd like to thank you at this time for taking the time to watch our video. And if you like our video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps our channel. And if you like our channel, we'll be doing much more videos on Porsches and BMWs and Corvettes and all the other beautiful exotic cars that are out there. And subscribe to our channel, and then we'll be able to share with you our next video. And we wish you all the best all the time. Thank you and take care.